Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Dolphins versus Jets NFL matchup on Sunday, December 17th, 2023. Of course, we give out tons of free picks every day at Pickdawgz.com, but if you're looking for the games we like the best, those we put under the Premium Picks tab, you can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people with big bankrolls who make big bets. That's me, and I know a lot of you as well. So be sure to text that number that you see on the screen and take advantage of it. The only way to get it is to text. But let's get to this one. We've got the Dolphins taking on the Jets, a rematch of a game that happened just a few weeks ago. That game, of course, was in New York, and it was all Dolphins in that game. But the Dolphins, coming off of that Monday Night Football, that loss against the Titans, pretty tough one, blowing a big lead in the final minutes of the game, allowing 2 touchdowns for the Titans to win that game. That is a tough way to lose, especially at home, especially when you're in a battle for best overall record in the AFC and home field advantage. Don't think that any of those are settled, but the Dolphins certainly have their work cut out for them as they have some tough games ahead on the schedule. This one, probably not one of them. The New York Jets have been, up and down for the bulk of the season, but we saw the Jets getting it done against the Texans, pretty much handling them 30-6 last time out. That ended a 5-game losing streak, and the Jets, they didn't cover the spread over that 5-game span. They didn't even get a whiff, including that 34-13 loss to the Dolphins that we mentioned earlier in the Meadowlands. As for the Dolphins, that loss to the Titans ended a 3-game winning streak against the Commanders, Jets, and the Raiders. So the Dolphins, they keep saying this over and over again this season. They lose to the good teams. They beat the bad teams. And while I think that, where the games are played, it just so happens that all those games against good teams all took place on the road, or one of them was in Frankfurt. So, that might have a little bit to do with it as well. And I believe that game in Philly was just, a mess. When you have one team that has 0 penalties against them and, some obvious missed calls, the whole thing kind of just looks a little janky as far as I'm concerned. The Jets' offense has been absolutely pitiful, 32nd in the NFL in yards per game, 30th in rushing yards per game. They are 15th or 29th, in passing yards per game. So absolutely pathetic across the board. And the Dolphins' defense hasn't been off the charts, but actually 9th best in the NFL in yards allowed. And for a team that scores like the Dolphins do, that's a pretty good figure, because normally teams have to open it up against the teams that score like Miami. The Dolphins are number 1 in offense in the NFL, 423.6 yards per game. Number 2 in rushing yards per game, which the Dolphins, while they can pass and they're number 1 in passing yards per game, they can run the football too. And, 2 at number 1 in completion percentage this season. The Dolphins, I just think, they beat up the Jets the last time in New York. I think coming off of that bad loss last time out, I think they take out some of that frustration and really ring up a big number in this one. I like the Dolphins to run away and hide, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll tell you how often historically each of the bets on the board today have hit, putting you on the most favorable bets on the board today.